Today on Conversations That Convert, we will be discussing the custom home and remodeler lead magnets that capture high quality leads. Let's get started.
Welcome to Conversations That Convert. Every week, we'll spend about 10 to 15 minutes tackling relevant lead generation, marketing, and sales topics for remodelers, home improvement companies, and home builders. Conversations That Convert is brought to you by Builder Lead Converter, your perfect sales assistant. And now, here's Rick and Diana.
Welcome, everyone, to Conversations That Convert. Welcome, Diana. How are you today? Oh, lovely, Diana. You forgot to unmute yourself. There you go.
Yes, very good. Thank you. And good to see you again and welcome everybody. Excited for this session. I'm curious what our conversation will be about and how we can generate more leads for our customers.
Absolutely. This is a topic that's near and dear to my heart, something that's really the core of how we work and partner with our clientele. But the topic today is custom home and remodeler lead magnets that capture high quality leads. Now, lead magnets may be a new term to you. You may have heard them before, but it's simply the process that we will go through to capture an opportunity, a digital opportunity, which is someone visiting your webpage or your social media footprint, and where they are then become a lead, where you have then permission and the opportunity to follow up with them to hopefully convert them into a buyer. So our series, again, is called Digital Lead Generation Secrets, and it's based on the #1 marketing challenge as reported by the Association of Professional Builders State of the Residential Construction Industry Survey. #1 marketing challenge is generating high quality leads. So this is a survey of more than 1,000 builders in 4 different countries, and it was unanimous. That is the biggest challenge today. So we are going to be focusing on that in this digital lead generation series on what a builder can do to generate high quality digital leads. Now, Diana, every lead has 3 questions. Doesn't matter if they are building a custom home or they are remodeling, but what are those 3 questions they're trying to answer?
I know it's about something about price, something about product, and something about location. Am I right or am I right?
You are right.
Yes.
Absolutely. It does not matter where you are, what part of the world you are in. It doesn't matter what price point you're in. It does not matter if you are building elite, $9, $10, $15, $20 million custom homes, or you are building entry level, designing bathrooms or entry level condominiums. Every lead has the same 3 questions. They want to know, what will my project look like? The second question they have, if they're building a home, is usually, where can I build it? Or will you come to my location to remodel my home or build on the lot I already own? And the third question is always, how much will it cost? Those are the 3 questions. So understanding that is really imperative to capturing high quality leads. If you're not willing to answer those questions for your local market, you will not be generating high quality leads. You'll get a bunch of crap. So this program or this series is really walking you through how to take those 3 questions and apply them to attract high quality leads, capture high quality leads like we're talking about today, and then ultimately we'll be talking about converting high quality leads into phone conversations. So with that being said, what do you say? Should we jump into it, Diana?
Yes, let's jump in, and I'm so excited.
All right. So we first have to understand the process. What are we doing here? What is the process of actually converting an opportunity and capturing them into a lead? So this is a technique or something called permission-based or inbound marketing. So very simply, you're in your car, you're driving down the road, you see a billboard. Is that billboard considered inbound marketing, or is it considered interruption marketing?
I can say interruption because I can, I don't know, have an accident just by looking at that billboard. So
it might really interrupt your day, right? In ways that you do not want. But that's called interruption marketing. So when you go out and you run an ad, you put a billboard up, you put it, whether it's digital, wherever, you're interrupting your lead in the hopes of, oh, I'm thinking about building or remodeling my home. Here's an advertisement. Very low converting type of marketing. However, in some cases, it is still good to do it. But what we are discussing is really the opposite of that. That's where your lead already is interested in your services. So they are searching for information on those services, and they are looking for you. So they are coming to you. That's the inbound process of it. So they're coming to you. And what you are doing now is you want to start a relationship with them. That's where their permission-based come from. Permission-based is where you provide an offer to your lead, and in exchange for that offer, you asked for their contact information and permission to follow up with them. Thus, the permission-based. So we will be discussing what that process looks like today, and at much higher conversions on this type of marketing, because the people are actually looking for you. And again, if you are willing to take the time to answer those 3 questions on your digital footprint, you will get a lot of leads, and they will be very high quality leads, and those leads will convert into sales. So we'll be the type of people that are interested in your services. Make sense, Diana?
Yes, it makes sense. And I think those billboards can work for large hamburgers because you see them large there. And then, so that happened to me while driving. I saw a huge moving picture with a hamburger. I'm not eating hamburgers, but whole night my mind was, oh, how can I find a hamburger like that? Because the hamburger was moving and all the ingredients. So it worked.
They look so good. That's right. And that's that type of advertising that is really more larger entities, maybe more frequently used services, such as, obviously, if you build or remodel a home, it's a very infrequent purchase. You have many frequent purchases, such as restaurants do that. Some, as you buy, go to the grocery store, or things you consume, consumables, if you will. Much different strategies than if you're home building or remodeling. Yeah. But nevertheless, some builders that are big enough, they still will use that type of marketing because they've essentially maximized what they can do on the inbound. And so now they have to go out and do either outbound marketing or interruption marketing to try to increase their sales. So next question is, what is a lead magnet? And it's a term that maybe you have heard of, maybe you have not, but I want to give you a quick definition here. A compelling offer that entices an opportunity to take action and become a lead. I'll say that again. A compelling offer that entices an opportunity, we'll talk about that in a second, to take action and become a lead. So an opportunity is a visitor to your digital profile. So your social media, your website, your blog, whatever it would look like. That is an opportunity. So you provide them a compelling offer. They say, wow, I like this offer. And they're going to go ahead and accept that offer. And again, that acceptance is the permission-based. They'll give you their contact information. They'll give you permission to follow up with them. And then the conversion process starts. So that is what a lead magnet is. So today we will discuss 4 categories of lead magnets. And so I'm going to show some examples here as well. We will pull this up. And what do you say, Diana? Should we jump into them?
Let's jump in, and I think this will, raise the credibility that you're on the right path, and you trust that the things can move in your own favor if you look at those.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And the important thing here is that some of these you'll be like are very basic. You'll be like, well, duh, Rick, everyone has that. Yes, most builders have some of these, but what you want to understand is every single lead is on a different journey, and specifically they're at a different timeline in their journey. It can take months, if not years, from thinking about doing a big project to going through the research process to actually pulling the trigger where they want to start talking to builders. So we do not know where they're at when they land on your digital footprint. So therefore, we have to give them lots of different opportunities to engage with you. And hopefully one of them will be desirable for them, and they'll take the next step. So let's start off with the basics here. The first one we call is our click to call phone number. And what I'm going to do is just show an example of a website. The click to call phone number, we always like to put it right up here in the top right. And what does click to call mean? It simply means that if somebody's on a mobile device, especially a phone, they could go ahead and they can just tap this with their finger. It will pull up their dialer and they can hit send. It will call your office. Still a very, very relevant way to capture leads is just make it very easy for them to contact you. So some of the mistakes I see with this is, number one, there is no phone number easily readily available on the website. And for this particular website, this phone number is on every page, no matter where you are on the page. You can use this click to call. The second mistake I see is that where maybe their phone number is on the website, but it's only on the contact page, only on the footer. So that is number one. We call our click to call phone number. Number two lead magnet, or category of lead magnet, would be the form. And obviously forms are very basic. Most every builder has them. So this is an example of a contact page form. Send us a message. Somebody can fill out the form, their information, they cross their fingers, they say a prayer, hopefully that builder will get back to them. But a lot of forms are just a black hole. People send in, informations on forms, they never come back. However, some people will still do it. It's still relevant. Today, unfortunately, a lot of trades and vendors fill these forms out and trying to find more work. So that is number two. Diana, you ever had that experience of where you got onto a website, filled out a form, and then you never heard back from the company?
Yes, actually I have, and that creates a credibility or not. So if they're coming back or not, then I say maybe it's a trustable or not company.
Good point. Yeah, trust is broken. When you do not reply, if you don't reply at all, obviously trust is broken. If it takes you too long to reply, or if it's not, you can send an automated, like, hey, we got your message sort of email. That's great. Everyone expects that. So that's really not going to create trust, but it's how fast a real person or what seemingly is a real person will get back to them after their form, especially if it's specific information they're asking for. All right, so let's move forward here. The next category would be a white paper or a knowledge piece. So I'll show you an example of what that looks like here. So what is a white paper or knowledge piece? It's simply going to be some sort of written content that would be relevant to your lead. So in this case, this is what we call our planning guide, or the secrets to building a quality custom home. We do one for remodeling as well. But this is for the person that wants to better understand options, whether it's to building a home or remodeling a home, and they're not quite ready to talk yet, so they want to take more time and just really do more research. So the idea here is now we've positioned ourselves as a local expert. So not only do we build homes or remodel homes, we actually will educate people on some of the secrets to having a successful relationship with a builder. And these secrets, again, revolve around the same three questions here, which is design, pricing, and location. Now, for remodeling, we don't talk so much about location, but you also need to talk about for remodeling and custom home building on how do I pick a builder? And I think that's really imperative for you to be giving your leads tips on choosing a builder, because that's scary. I'm going to go out and I'm going to make a huge financial commitment to this company. And I hope I made the right decision. I hope the project will turn out well. I hope I didn't make a mistake. So give them really some good criteria on what are some of the questions they should be asking, what are some of the processes the builder should be using. And again, this is later on in the research process. After a lead has found a builder that will build the type of project they're interested in the location they're desiring, in a price point that matches their budget, the next thought process is to, okay, now I need to sort through my 2 or 3 different builders I'm considering and be able to pick one. So that's exactly where this information should fall. It should fall after the 3 primary questions. Any thoughts, Diana?
Just rambling thoughts about how important is this decision, with whom am I going to work. So this is very important. And sometimes they say something, so you never know. So you have to start, and then you will find out what you chose, right?
That's right. And you've been that we know, from your
Yeah.
engagement or your experiences, you have been down that road before. And you know how important it is to pick the right builder for sure.
And now I know for sure. So after this experience, I can say now I know how to choose. But I think I learned by doing, and now I know where to pay attention to and how to look at the small details. If they reply to email, how fast they reply, if they
Right.
follow up, if they keep me updated. So those small things that I consider very important to just to know what is the situation with the project. Sometimes they're just they just not communicate with the customer, and of course they know and they know better, but I have no idea what's the status with my project. So learning by doing, I can say. And I think those small details are the most important things, especially for me. But sometimes they are not doing the common sense communication and basic things that you expect.
It's a really good point. We're going to talk more about that as we get into our conversion topics here. But just to I guess planted that seed. The idea is if I can't communicate properly up front before the project, what makes you think I'm going to be able to communicate properly during the project, the most critical time when the house is torn apart or the home is halfway built? So absolutely, what you do up front sets the stage, creates the trust and the value of what you offer for when they get to the project, and that's so important. So good thoughts there. Let's move into our last category of lead magnet. Just to so we started with our click to call phone number, our forms. We're looking at a white paper right now. The last category is interactive tools. So interactive tools. This is where most builders will have a click to call phone number. They will have a white paper. A form. A couple have a white paper, but almost nobody has interactive tools. So let's give some examples here of what an interactive tool would look like. The first one here is where you see this little tool down here. This is a chat to text widget. And so this allows the user, or excuse me, the opportunity. They have a quick question. They want to know, hey, do you do this? Will you build here? What do you think about this? They could go ahead and open this up. They can enter a question below and a representative will get right back to them. So again, this is where you are sending them back a text message, and people love to communicate today via text. So that's interactive tool number one. Interactive tool number two would be, scheduling a tour or scheduling a call. So this is an example of where a lead can go ahead and schedule a tour of one of their homes, and they can put on here again the location they're considering, type of tour. Do they want to do a virtual tour? They want to do in-person tour? And so it doesn't matter if the lead is across the country and they're moving to your area, or if they live right next door and they want to actually meet you on site and take a look at your homes and or lot. And then another type of interactive tour would be a design. So design, and this is a floor plans. So this is something where we work with our clients where we put together an interactive design library where they can opt in and they can get access to a design library with a really cool filter, and they can search for all different types of home designs and really get inspiration. And that's the idea. For remodeling, we have something that we're putting together now called an idea book, which I'm very excited. We'll be rolling that out. And again, just to help to give them different ideas and projects that they're considering doing. This is all about putting something in context for your lead so that when they find that look that they're after, they think of you and they get excited and they want to go to the next step. And that's usually once they find that design, that now they're going to start looking at location and pricing. So design typically leads as far as chronological order in the questions people are trying to answer. What will my project look like? So most important lead magnet out there. Finally, request pricing. So this is an interactive tool where someone can go through and they can pick a home style, and they can go in and look at floor plans or different home styles, and they can breeze through pictures, look at floor plans in here, get a description of what that is, and they can say, yeah, I want to get pricing on this. And you can see there's different steps here they go through to get pricing. In other words, they scope out their project. It's interactive. They can do this without you, midnight if they want, in their pajamas. And they can come out of it with either an appointment to review a budget over the phone with you, or you can actually give them a budget range based on the criteria that they put in. But it's an interactive tool. Really, really important to be able to offer those to your your users or opportunities on your website to capture. And that's the whole idea here. We are capturing them and getting that permission to follow up with them so we can move into the next step, which will be conversions. Final thoughts, Diane?
I think it's good to be aware of all the things and take them into, and consider them and look for them when you're looking for a builder or for a remodeler.
Since most builders do not have this on their website, tools like this, when the lead finds those websites that have them, they will spend more time there. And the longer time they spend on site, the higher the percentages they will be captured and then ultimately converted into a sale. So it's very, very important. Give them the information they're looking for, answer those 3 questions, do it with a controlled list of information, create a reason for them to want to talk to you. And that's what we'll pick up next week when we get into the conversion aspect. So if you're interested in any of this today, and you can schedule your strategy call with me, find out how we can help you attract, capture, and convert high quality leads so you can pick and choose your clients. My brothers and sisters in Christ, may the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all always. We will see you next time on Conversations That Convert. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Take care.